Hey everyone, Coach Heather here, and I wanted to jump in and share a video that I hope increases your confidence as you operate in your role. So here's the thing. Oftentimes, you have to present your thinking and you have to make a case for why you want people to maybe move in a certain direction, right? We have option A, option B, option C around a certain decision we're facing. And it's your area of the business, your area of expertise, but you're not the ultimate decision maker, right? So you just are going to present your thinking, the reasons why you would choose what you would choose based on the scenario. And then once you have done that, though, the end decision is a bit out of your hands. Why? Because you're not the CEO, you're not the owner of the company. So the best you can do is present your clear business thinking and make the case. Now, what I want you to know is sometimes the decision will go your way, other times it won't. And you making a clear case and presenting your thinking is the win. That's the win. That's what I want you to count as the win. I want you to be able to walk away from those scenarios and feel, I did what I could do. I did my part. The rest of it is out of my hands. Now, I also want you to be sure when you're going, I did my part, the rest of it's up to them, that the message you really wanted to communicate was heard. That the decision that you were feeling, was best for the company in the scenario. So the option you really thought was best, if you had such a strong feeling, that when you made the case, the message you were communicating was actually heard and received. So how do you verify that? There's a little tool that I really like, and it's called perception checking. And to use perception checking in a meeting setting, whether it's one-on-one or in a larger group, you would say, tell me what you heard from what I shared about that solution. Or maybe something like, what are you hearing is my main concern and why I am strongly advocating for option A. Then if they say back to you what you were thinking and why and the reasonings, and it sounds like they heard you, fantastic. Then the message you sent was received and clearly communicated. If instead you get back some things that make you feel like, wait, were they even listening? I don't think they heard me. That is actually also good news, because this gives you a pathway to go, let me clarify a few things. I heard some things where maybe I could close some gaps in our communication and paint the picture a little better of why I am strongly advocating for the option I am advocating for. In the end, you're free to make whatever decision you'd make, but I would love to make sure that, I paint the picture a little more clearly. Right? So perception checking helps you double check that your communication is actually being received in the way that you intended it. And slowing down communication is really, really important. Anyone that has coached with me and worked with me over time has heard me also say that when we're working on the same team and in the same company day after day, we actually have to slow it down intentionally even more. Because we take for granted that we're on the same team, we're in the same company, we think we're in all the same meetings, hearing all the same things, but we're honestly not hearing all the same things. We each have different things on our plate. We have different things filling our brain in our personal life. And we have different projects, even in the company and on the team, pulling our focus in different ways. So then, when we're sitting in the exact same meeting, we hear different things. Different things pull our focus and land in our brains different ways. So, slowing things down to confirm alignment and understanding is important every day in entrepreneurial business. And then if we take it back to the scenario that I'm really trying to help you with this video, where your part is that you are making a case for a certain solution to a problem that you're advocating for the business. You just want to make sure that your case that you're making for a solution you think would be best for the business ultimately, that your job is the case is made clearly, and then whoever is above and responsible for making the final decision, they may go a different way, but you can know you've done your part when you have communicated the business options clearly. They're well laid out, they've been heard, and then they move on to that level of decision making above you if that's what happens, right? But you're done when you have clearly communicated as intended. I hope this helps you feel a win and claim a win in a new way today. And also look at the way your team is operating, the people that you work with and that you're responsible for today. And look at the ways that you all are working well together and clearly communicating, and celebrate a win today. That's my encouragement, because we're all working as hard as we can in entrepreneurial companies, often with not enough resources, and acknowledging one another for everything we're doing along the way makes a big difference. Thank you for your time and attention. I'm cheering you on, and should you need any additional support, there's a link below this video where you could schedule a coffee chat with me and get additional support.